So, you always hear the term think differently, think like the 1%, think outside the box. But how do millionaires actually think differently? And in what ways do they think differently? That's what I'm going to talk to you about today is three common themes that I've seen between millionaires that I'm learning from and how I think that they think differently, and maybe this can help you out and gain a different perspective. So, the first way that millionaires think differently is the way that they view time. They are very scarce with their time and they don't want to waste any time. They are very protective of time and they actually view time as a limited resource, a very scarce, limited resource. So most of us are like viewing money as a scarce resource and we're doing everything we can to protect our money. We will like make decisions to save money. We will spend a lot of our energy to conserve our money. We don't want to spend money here. We don't want to spend money there. And that's where a lot of our focus is. However, millionaires are like this with time. They don't want to spend time here. They don't want to spend time here. They don't want to waste time. And the reason for that is because time is a more scarce resource than money is. Money in the mind of a millionaire is abundant. There's trillions of dollars in the globe and there's so much money out there, but there's not that much time. You only get 75 years and that's the average lifespan. So you have a lot less time and there's a lot of money out there. So there's always opportunity to get money whenever you need it, or at least in the mind of a millionaire, but there's not opportunity to get time back. Once you spend time, you can't get it back. So what things are millionaires spending their time on and what things are they not spending their time on? Well, they're spending their time on things that they enjoy. They're spending their time on like making money in a way that will buy them time back, if that makes sense. So they're spending their time on like building a business, or they're spending their time on like gaining more income in the way that they will buy time back. They're always trying to get time back, if that makes sense. Some things that they won't spend their time on are like time wasters. They're not always on their phone. They're not like checking notifications all the time. And they're very aware of where their time goes. And they're viewing actions that they do as time expenses. And, instead of them like having an Excel sheet and like budgeting out their money, they're budgeting out their time. They're very careful and particular on how they budget their time. So that's a huge difference in the way that millionaires think, is their time is their main focus, not money. Another way that they think differently is they understand how money actually works. They understand like the core of every transaction, like there is an art to it. There is like a science to it behind every transaction at its core. And they understand this. You know how in basketball, like the pro athletes, they're studying film and they're trying to see like what angles they could do better and like how they can get an edge. Well, millionaires are studying money. They're studying the transaction and they understand this thing called value. And they understand value very well intrinsically. And they just know that like they understand like human psychology and they understand our influences very well, because our influences and our psychology is the thing that drives us to buy certain things. And it doesn't matter what transaction it is. Just imagine like every money exchange that exists. And they're very aware of this, like how money actually flows, like why we buy certain things, and by understanding this, they can like create more value, because behind every money exchange is an exchange of value. So for example, like if you went to the store and you bought a pair of shoes, like you're not necessarily getting the shoes, you're getting the need for new shoes. You're getting the need for like feeling comfortable, and you're getting the need for, like, say your old shoes had holes in them. You don't have to worry about shoes with holes in them. And it's these like feelings that we get when we buy something. And that is value. We didn't just get the shoes, we got the comfort of the shoes. We got the ability to not have to wear holed shoes and old raggedy shoes. And millionaires understand this, like they understand this whole value thing very well. And so they will do anything to create more value with their business or their product or service. They just intrinsically, and they study this stuff, they just understand this thing called value very well. And lastly, the third way that they think differently is they are long-term thinkers, and they delay gratification by a lot. So like think of the guy who starts a business and he does that for a year or two and he doesn't make any money. How like tough is that? Like imagine you doing something for 2 years straight and putting all of your time and effort into this thing and you didn't make money for 2 years. A lot of people would give up, honestly. Like if you did something for 2 years and you didn't make any money, like a lot of people would give up. The millionaire continues going. He's crazy. He will keep on going. Like even if he goes 5 years without making any money, he's still going to do this thing because he can see a future payoff. And that's extreme delayed gratification. Like millionaires, in pretty much every decision they make, they delay gratification. They don't want the chocolate cake right now because they want to feel good tomorrow. They are very disciplined with their habits. They don't want to spend a lot of money because when they spend a lot of money on stuff that makes them feel good now, they will have a worse future self for them. So they're always making decisions in which will give them a better future self or a better future payoff. And they are masters at delaying gratification. And what I've learned, like just a simple ideology, I guess, is that things that feel good and like feel really nice most likely are things that feel really good right now and give you that like short hit of like feel good are most likely things that like will make you feel worse in the future. So millionaires understand this, and they always want a better future for the expense of feeling good now. They will sacrifice feeling good now so they can have a better future. So hopefully that's not like too general. Hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, these are the main these are the main ways that millionaires think differently. And like just to summarize, they view time as very scarce, and their focus is on time and not money. They view time as scarce, and they view money as very abundant because there's trillions of dollars on the globe. There's not a lot of time in our lives. They are masters at value. They understand the psychology of money. They understand like every trade, and they're studying this stuff. They're studying value. Just how like pro athletes are studying like different angles that they can take and different moves that they can make. Millionaires are studying the psychology of every transaction and value. And lastly, they are masters at delaying gratification. They are very long-term thinkers. They will go years and years of delaying gratification and not getting that payout now so their future self can get that payout, whether it's 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. The person who can delay the gratification the most is the richest, from what I've learned. So hopefully this can help and you got some value out of this, because I'm studying value. But anyways, yeah, hopefully this helps. And yeah, if you did like this, I did just start a new free community, and it's a place where you can go. It's for entrepreneurial minded people, and I help you with maximizing your days a little bit more and increasing your productivity. So if you'd be interested, you could check out the link in the description. And yeah, hope to see you in there. Thanks for watching.